This is the Average to Savage podcast with Paul Guarino. Everyone and anyone, athletes, celebs, and much more.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Average Savage podcast. Our special guest today, we got a whole team of people. We got the Inline Hockey League, we got Steve, we got Matt, and then we got Adam and Robbie remote. Matt, so tell me a little bit about Haven's Inline Hockey League.
Haven's Inline Hockey League is a recreational roller hockey league that is ran out of East Haven, Connecticut. It is something that I've been trying to do for years and finally got it up and going last summer. We are just pushing roller hockey in the state of Connecticut as something that, kind of went away for a while. So I'm happy to get it up and running with the help of Adam, Erne, and another guy of ours, Chris Avina. It's just something that, we enjoyed playing and needed something to bring back into Connecticut as far as roller hockey.
Yeah, for sure. And then could you give me a little bit about who could participate in these kind of leagues?
So we offer it to all kids, all ages, male and female, and adults for 3 different levels. We have a C division, a B division, and a pro division.
That's dope. How did you, Adam, and Chris all link up?
So I've been trying to do this for years. Chris used to work for my dad, and he knows that I was trying to do it. He operates the East Haven facility, so he had the facility to do it because they take their ice down. And I got in his ear about it. He was totally on board, and then Adam was just a big part of it, being with his connections and just knowing the game and playing at a high level. That it was awesome to bring him on board and join the crew.
Yeah, for sure. Adam and Robbie, what's the difference between your guys' league and other leagues?
I would say our league is pretty cool because we're in the startup sort of phase of it. So, we're inclusive to everybody, like Matt said, and it's kind of like as competitive as you want to make it. Robbie's got a cool thing going with the Connecticut Coasters, which I'm sure we'll get into later, kind of trying to drive kids into some tournaments. But for those just looking for some summer fun, it's really just once a week, a game, developing skill, that type of stuff. So there's a little bit of something for everybody.
When does the season start this summer?
The week of May 5th starts the first adult session, and then the week of June 1st starts the youth leagues, and then we're new to this year. We're starting a late entry for the adult division for those coming back from the college season or juniors, or just for anybody who can't make the May 4th start date.
Yeah, you guys didn't have the youth league last year, right?
We did have the youth league, but we were very much in the beginning stage, just trying to introduce it to as many kids as possible. So we didn't exactly have enough turnout for a full league, but I think for those that came and showed up, they had a really good time learning the game, and just getting to be on the blades, getting off the ice, and just having a little bit of fun out there.
What's some differences of just playing ice hockey to roller hockey?
I think Erne already said it. I think it's just the fun part. I think ice hockey could be very serious at times, and I think roller is a way to still work on your game, but kind of just take a break from the mental part of the grind in ice hockey. I think that's why we all love it. That's why we play it. The tournaments you go to, even playing in the summer leagues, it's just fun. And I think just roller is such a small family with everyone that plays it. You just go there, you have fun with the guys, you make good memories. And you do that as long as you can. And I think one thing about roller is, you see guys playing into their 50s now. I think State Worst has a 55 and over. So I've had friends from 2008. They're still my friends today. We're still playing roller together. So it's one big family. Again, it's all fun, but it's still a way to work on your game in the off season.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't even know you were doing Connecticut Coasters that long when you posted the other day when it was 2017.
So 2007, 2008 was Team Connecticut. But that's how I met Brandi and Crowley. So we've known each other for that long. So that was Team Connecticut back then. Because when you play youth, you represent your state, and then once you get to men's divisions, you can kind of start your own team, obviously within still the state rules. But that's how the coasters started back in 2020. Is me and Brandi have known each other since '08. We wanted to start a men's team, and voila, the coasters were born.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I just wanted to add, I think a big question for a lot of parents is like, why would I sign my kid up for roller? Why wouldn't I want to just, have them skating on the ice all summer? Why not just stick to the private lessons and that sort of thing? For me, I got into roller a lot later than everybody here. It's a really good opportunity just to get off the ice, get away from that environment, but still make a lot of progress on things that in my training that I can't do on the ice. Like roller it's 4-on-4, it's not 5-on-5s. There's a lot more space. There's no offsides, there's no icing, so there's no really dumping of the puck. It's all puck possession. It's kind of like keep away. It's a little bit slower at times, so you got to make plays with your head up. There's no just chip it in and go. So it's a lot more puck touches. In an ice hockey game, you might have 30 seconds to a minute with the puck on your stick, whereas in roller, you might have 5, 6, 7 minutes with the puck on your tape, making plays. So I think it's just an opportunity to work on a lot of things during the summer that you might not be able to do in the intense season of ice hockey, while at the same time, like Robbie said, it's a fun environment. But for those looking to be, more competitive, there's pathways for that too. Like he's talking about with the coasters and going to tournaments. Like that's for those who want to take that next step, who really want to commit to roller hockey and start doing that. But I think the first step is, come to Havens, try it out. If you love it, join the league, hop on a team. It's once a week, and just kind of go from there, right? There's no strings attached, but I do think it's a really, really good way. And for me, it's always important just to get off the ice, get away from that environment, take the skates off, but still be able to work on your skills.
I fully agree with that.
Oh, gotcha. I was going back to like what are the divisions going to be in terms of the age groups?
So age groups wise, we'd go with like 12, like 8 and under, 10 and under, 12 and under, 14 and under, and then 18 and under, which is like a high school division. But also, if you're 18 or older, you could play in any of the adult divisions as well.
Gotcha. Robbie, that's crazy that they got a 55 and over tournament out there.
Yep.
We'll be there one day.
Yeah, you'll be there. I guess can an individual player register without being on a full team?
Yeah, absolutely. All ages from kids to adults, they can register individually, and then we will place you on a team that we deem that's my Deja or are looking for a couple guys. A lot of journalists.
Yeah, the only divisions that can submit full teams are Pro B and Adult B and Pro. So everyone else is entered as an individual. All youth divisions are entered as individual. We'll do the best we can to accommodate playing with friends. We have no problem with that. But I think just for the sake of keeping everything fair, making sure the teams are even and competitive, we'll kind of make the teams ourselves. And then we had a pretty good turnout last year for Pro and B, so they were able to submit their own teams or individual. So we had success with that last year, so we're going to leave that be.
And Steve, what was it like playing last year in the league?
It was really fun, especially to get hockey back close to home. We are used to driving up to Plainville or going to Long Island. So we got a bunch of new ice guys coming out. We got NCAA players coming out from Sacred Heart, UConn, Quinnipiac roller hockey team. And then we got Adam and Robbie, of course, the two guys, my favorite guys to play with out there. But it's good to see everybody coming out, starting to play roller. I get a bunch of calls about when's the next skate. We like to do a pickup skate during the winters. So we're getting more and more people every day.
Yeah, so you say Quinnipiac has a roller too?
Quinnipiac has a roller team. Jeff Arscott, coach.
No, do we start one? We got to start one at Sacred Heart?
I think we do. Be rivals.
I don't know if we need to clarify it or not, but just for those that have no idea what's going on, like it's a regular size East Haven hockey rink. We take the ice up, we put the floor down. There's referees, scorekeepers. Like it's a legit hockey game on roller skates. So it's not like just a throw together pickup type thing. It's it's all well organized. Schedule will come out prior to the season. There'll always be scorekeepers, always be refs. We're working on figuring out coaches for the youth teams, whether they're parents of the teams or maybe me or Steve or Matt or Rob or whoever we have can help out with the coaching the young kids. And then the month of May, we're going to use to have some open skates for the adult division, and then try to run some practices or some guided open skates for the younger kids, just getting them ready for that June first week for their start of the season. And then people can use May for making their decision. If they come check it out, try it out, come for a skate, we could run some pickup games, and just get a feel for it. And if you like it, you can sign up, and if you don't, no problem at all. But yeah, I think sometimes when it gets thrown out there like roller hockey, when people aren't familiar with it, I know it was the case with me. I had no idea what I was walking into. I thought, I grew up playing roller hockey in the streets or in the parking lot, and it's really nothing like that. It's legit. It's organized, and it's like a real ice hockey game.
So yeah, how many games are in the season?
So we're planning on having 10 games for the kids plus playoffs.
Like I said, this is
And then for the adults,
get to know you all
start on May 1st.
Get to know
Well,
Paul.
4 extra games. People that start on June 1st. But it will go off of win percentage, not necessarily as
100 to January 21st.
if the team is 600 team, but if a team that played 4 extra games is a 300 team, they're out, and the 600 team would be in as far as play.
So everyone's eligible then?
They would
Playoffs, right?
like 11.
For the most part, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
10 to 6.
Also, and what's the playoff format?
22nd, because that's Saturdays.
Playoff format would be top seed versus bottom seed, and the 7th seed versus the next bottom seed.
Hoping to get
Just like any other
there, also because it'd be single elimination deal. You could do it. You could rotate through a little bit.
I think we kind of already touched on this, but I guess why should players choose to play in your league?
Then
it's not. I mean, players in general. It's our league because we're running it, we're organized, and we want to build the game.
I think it's gonna be
but it's more of why should players play roller hockey in my opinion. Something that is going to
benefits.
take you away from the ice,
More stuff.
and let you develop your skills playing not a different sport, but again a different sport at the same time. Because
In water,
we're not on ice skates. There's no hitting. There's no offsides. There's no icing. So it's a little different, but it's still hockey. But it's mainly about puck possession,
somewhat regularly,
skills,
but also
working on everything that you would do on the ice, just in a different aspect. Even
people
developing 4-on-4,
and those also be
slowing the game down, and just being able to touch the puck a lot more often than you would.
Yeah, let's I know. All right, you want to touch on anything else?
It being its first year last year, I just want to say I had a lot of fun. It was great. And, one, I think, big difference from the league is the facility. The veterans rink is absolutely beautiful. I'm pretty sure I was told they redid it a couple years ago. And it's just a great facility to go to, right? Like, Brandi can tell you there's some rinks that are just really terrible to walk into. No locker rooms, no showers, which is big in the roller world. So East Haven's got it all, right? It's got a nice rink. One thing we haven't touched on is it is ice court flooring, which I think a lot of people still like a lot. I think it's one of the better ones out there. It's better than sport court. So we got a nice floor. Like I said, great facility, great rink, good locker rooms. So I think that is a big difference in what it, it differentiates from other leagues. 'Cause I think that's important. Right. Like you get excited to go to the rink every day, rather than some other rinks that me and Brandi have been to in Crowley and Erne.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that. And I think, just my message to parents is like, just let your kid try it. I mean, it's just, you'll see that joy that sometimes gets lost in the midst of a really intense season, kind of come back. And that's kind of what happened with me is, after so many years of playing, it really becomes a job. It becomes a business. But this is an opportunity to start playing with some of your friends. You're whether you're on the same team, you're playing against each other, it doesn't really matter. But it's just, at least from an adult standpoint, for those looking, should I join the C division or the B division? It really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's kind of like playing, minor hockey tournaments again. The games are a little bit shorter, the bench is shorter, and at the end of the day, it's super competitive when you're out there, but it's just a lot of fun, and it brings the joy of hockey back. And I mean, everyone leaves with a smile. And at the same time, you can't beat it because you're developing all these skills that, almost like when you're just learning how to play again, like you don't even realize how much better you're getting just by being out there. So, I would just encourage a lot of people, just give it a try. And, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I haven't come across anybody that didn't like it. And, the league is growing a lot by word of mouth right now. And people like Matt and Steve and Robbie have already said, it's a lot of, when are you guys starting back up? And how do I sign up? When can I register? And I think it's going to grow pretty quickly. And these youth divisions are going to start to grow. And, hopefully that helps the game of hockey in general in Connecticut grow. I think there's a lot of talent. But, there's not a lot of kids that have, parents or people in their family that played at a high level. And that's why we're trying to keep people like me and Matt and Robbie and Steve around the rink. We know what we're talking about. We play the sport, and, not just for the kids, but for the parents. We obviously encourage them to reach out, and, happy to answer any questions, anytime, email, Instagram, whatever it might be. But yeah, I really think it's an opportunity for kids to just get back to having fun. And I think that's super important.
Yeah, for sure. And before we go, I want each of you to give a little bit of background about yourselves and what your hockey experience is, like both ice hockey and roller hockey. So let's start with Matt.
For me, pretty much came out of the womb with skates on. Been involved with hockey for its whole birth. Played ice hockey growing up for just my whole life, and started at the age of 3. Shortly after that, I was actually lucky that my dad built a roller rink outdoors. So at the age of 5, I started playing roller hockey. And if I didn't have roller hockey, my ice hockey career probably would not have pulsed all the way it did. She played a lot of high-level AAA growing up. And here's that's for the little third to junior hockey. Well, it's also the producer. And then I could almost off in minor leagues playing ice hockey as well. But also playing roller hockey during the summer, and playing pro roller as well.
Steve?
It started out on the ice, all over southern Connecticut. I started playing roller hockey actually at Matt's dad's place. Picked it up like when I was like 6 or 7, and so
Yeah, I've been actually
been playing ever since. Honestly, I went to AMD, played all 3 years of AMD, and then after that, I did 2 years off of hockey, and somebody asked me to play roller hockey again, and I was back right into the swing of things. We started playing with Team Connecticut, and Robbie ended up coming home, and the Coasters were born. I got the chance to play with Robbie and Adam on Car Shield for the pro level. And it's brought me to France with Villeneuve and Valence last year. I got to play with Robbie in France. That was pretty cool. And now we're doing Havens Inline, trying to grow the game out here.
All right, Robbie?
So I always tell everyone I'm a little different because being from New England and Connecticut, you'd think that I started playing ice hockey first, and that's not the case. I actually started playing roller hockey first when I was about 3 or 4. Just like Matt's father, my dad owned it was a deck hockey rink back in the 90s. But obviously 90s is when kind of roller started picking up. So as soon as like that picked up, my dad had roller leagues in there, started playing roller hockey, around the age of 4, and then got into ice hockey after that. Been playing both pretty much my whole life. Played ice hockey, kind of did the whole thing. High school, juniors, college. Was fortunate enough to play professional as well, mostly overseas. With Steve had mentioned it. I played in France for 2 years, and I was fortunate enough to play both professional roller hockey and professional ice hockey. Which I think a lot of people from America have no clue that Europe actually has true professional roller hockey leagues. That, the imports get paid and everything. And actually that's where I am right now. I'm back in France, playing with my old team, playing in a tournament called Coupe de France. But yeah, I've been playing both. Took a long time off from roller hockey, actually, when I was going through the whole high school, juniors, college thing. Didn't play for about 10 years. Picked it back up when actually Steve reached out to me on Snapchat. He was like, "Hey, do you want to play nutmeg games?" And then from there, we just been like, the coasters were born the following summer, and I've been hooked again. Haven't taken a summer off. Play all the tournaments in the summer swing, the summer circuit with tours and our state wars. And yeah, I think, one big thing about this league, which I'm so grateful for, Erne, Matt, and Avina, that what they're doing is, growing up, my dad had our rink. We had the rink in Glastonbury, Z Rink. We had a roller rink in East Hartford. I think Plainville was around. And so we had a lot of rinks. Roller was booming in Connecticut, which is why, like 07, 08, we had those championships. And then unfortunately around, I think like when I got into high school, around like 2011, 2012, all the rinks went away. Unfortunately, we lost our rink. Guy sold the building, so we had to move and couldn't find anywhere else. Z Rink turned into something else. East Hartford was gone. So like for a long time, roller in Connecticut was non-existent. I think there was still a couple teams, but it's very hard to go to these tournaments and compete when you don't really have like a league or like a great place to play in the summer. And I can honestly say, like, this past summer, for State Wars with our coasters team, because of this league, we're able to get 2 teams. Granted, we didn't have that many players on each, but one of the best things was our senior double A team performed. We finished second after round robin, lost in the semis to the eventual champs, Palma, which if you know roller, you know all about them and how long they've been playing together. But it's because of Havens that, guys were able to skate during the summer and stay in shape and stay in roller shape. So from my side of it, I'm just grateful for these two, and Avina, and just have a place to play. Like East Haven's an hour from me, but I'll drive that every day to go play, just because of how much fun I have.
But you're too young. You were drafted to the NHL too.
Started out.
Yeah, Ottawa in 12. Irrelevant now, but
No, it's a status.
yeah, I was obviously grateful for for that happening, and Got to play with some really good people, from really good players at rookie camp during the summer up in Ottawa. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm just happy that roller is back. I'm happy that it's growing back in Connecticut because, man, Connecticut has some hidden talent. I'll say that. Like, we have so many good ice hockey players that I think can translate to incredible roller hockey players. I think Erne is the number one example of that. When he got into it, it took him one tournament to score like, what do you have, like 20 points in 6 games or something? Fall Wars, I think.
And then he went to State Wars.
Yeah, and then tore out Palmer Pro 2 years later. But yeah, again, I think just what they're trying to do and what I'm trying to help with is just kind of get the ice hockey kids, into roller so we can grow roller. I mean, I think the ultimate goal is just try to get teams out to State Wars. You see it with all these other hockey hotbed areas with like St. Louis, Florida, California, and you see these kids, obviously, play roller growing up, and then they go off and get drafted, and then a lot of them are playing professionally ice hockey. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, Adam.
Started playing at the Northford Ice Pavilion for the Warriors. Played for a little bit at Yale. Worked my way over to Mid-Fairfield. There's a lot more stops along the way there, but eventually ended up in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League for the Ramparts in Quebec City. Then I was drafted to Tampa Bay. I played with them for 3 years. Then I played with the Red Wings for 4 years, the Oilers for a year, and now I'm currently in Dallas playing for the Stars. Roller for me started a lot later than everybody here. Like I kind of said previously before, Steve and Robbie really got me into it. And like I said, I had no idea what I was walking into. And when I saw the quality of the pro division for the first time, I swore up and down I would never play pro because of I just never thought I would get to that level on roller skates. It really is a bit of a transition. Kind of like Matt said earlier, it's a different sport, but it's the same sport. So, it takes a little bit of adjusting too. And I think I just would recommend that you stick with it because eventually, you'll figure it out. Roller and ice, I still go back and forth without problem. So for those that are worried about that issue, just going back from the roller skates to the ice skates, it's a bit of a non-issue. But for me, I fell in love with it because, like I said previously, like hockey's been for the last 10 years for me really a business. And as much as I love doing it and I love that I do it for a living, sometimes like any other job, you lose that just everyday love going to the rink. Like I don't think everybody loves showing up for work every day. And, I don't think people recognize that, I don't love showing up to the rink every single day to play. Most days I do, but we have those days. And I think, but roller hockey, it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I love showing up to play at every tournament and every week for Havens. So it's just a passion that I found a little bit later than them, but I encourage it for everybody. I think it's a great developmental tool.
Yeah, definitely. You guys want to do some fun questions?
Let's go.
All right. Each of you guys are going to answer this. These are just one word. So roller hockey or ice hockey?
Roller.
I got in trouble answering this question here in France. I'm gonna say both.
There you go. Robbie with the politically correct answer.
Yeah, I'm a little bit on the fence. I mean, I think ice hockey's just given me so much in life, and I think I've just I don't know, what I would be without ice hockey, so it's hard not to go with that. But I really do love roller and everything about it. It really brings back all the childhood memories of just being with the boys and playing a lot of games and being really competitive. But the second you get off the ice, it's kind of forgotten, and it's time to have some fun. So I think they're very different as far as what your experience off the ice. But for me, I think ice hockey's just given me more than I could have ever dreamed of. So it's hard to turn my back on that.
What's your go-to pregame song?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, he asked me to bring my.
Probably Kickstart My Heart, Motley Crue.
Whatever Jess Hackett plays.
For me, it's "Think About You" by Kygo.
I'm on the Jess Hackett train with Stabby. Whatever he's got on his
Guy
feet.
doesn't miss. He doesn't miss.
Was a miss.
All right, what's harder, like learning how to roller skate or learning how to ice skate?
Ice skate.
On ice skate probably is harder. You're on a really thin blade as through you're on wheels for roller. And it's kind of have a little bit more balance being flat instead of the rocker from the ice skate.
I think ice hockey is harder to learn, but I think in roller it's harder to stop than in ice hockey.
Not many people can in Connecticut.
Yeah, I think it's probably harder to ice skate than roller skate, but I think those that are really good skaters in roller hockey are the best players. Like they are, it's such an advantage, those that can do what they do on the ice on wheels. Even at the pro level, there's such a gap between the best skaters and those that aren't the best skaters. And again, it's kind of those that have played their whole lives. I definitely don't consider myself the best roller hockey skater. So, yeah, I think it's just that gap, I think is the biggest difference in roller hockey of those that have done it their whole lives and those that haven't.
All right, two more. I know Fox and Park, you guys partnered with them this season. And so I want to ask you guys, what's your favorite flavor?
Orange all day.
Cream or white birch?
What did you guys do?
White birch for me.
Probably orange, but grape is right there.
Yes, I was about to say grape. Grape is fire.
It is fire.
You know what's weird about it? It's like darker than the usual like grape sodas, and I feel like I don't know why. It's crap.
I like any Fox and Park. Okay?
Yeah, they're all fire.
You need a white birch with the pizza. If you're in New Haven and you're getting pizza, you need white birch. It's like a room.
Aaron, I got a question for you. If you like grape, does that mean your team's going to be purple?
That does not mean that. No.
Purple.
It may be. It might.
We should
I might have to pick I might selfishly have to pick like lemon lime or something.
No, you gotta think of my pads, dude. It's gonna look good.
All right, yeah, I could work with that. I could work with. I could work.
White birch. I know Robbie wants the white birch though.
No, Joey Blue Wheels.
Joey Blue.
I'm open to pretty much.
Cash offers, Bob.
Yeah.
All right, so the losing team, when it's like grape versus orange, say like grape wins, then the grape team needs to drink orange.
I've never had orange.
And a Hummel in the parking lot.
Always humble.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to work with Fox and Park to see if we can hook everybody up with some post game sodas or we'll see. They've gotten me a lot of stuff down here to Dallas. Super cool of them to send some stuff down here. A little taste of home, being away for so long. So, yeah, we'll see what we can make happen.
Shout out Fox and Park.
All right, last one. How famous is Steve Brandi in roller hockey world?
You ever hear of Taylor Swift?
I might know a guy.
What's his nickname? Were you the mayor?
The mayor? No, that's
Never done that.
I know a couple mayors. Brandon Hawkins, Schultz,
Yeah.
Sadowski. I think I'm more of a president, dude. I think I've overtaken the mayor after this summer. But to say,
I'll just say there's not one person in the roller world that doesn't know Steve
Yeah, you
Brandi.
can't go to any rink without hearing the word
So-
Davi.
So recently, I think I sent it to you and Steve had him in the group chat. I got a random DM and it was from this kid. I didn't even remember. I thought it was someone that played, I don't know, with you guys or something. And and he was just like, yo, I saw this kid, Steve, wearing your hat in St. Louis. And I was like, oh, nice. Like, and I just said, like, because I just thought it was someone that played with you guys. But then I realized it was like a kid that I linked up with like during COVID, and he was like a junior something ice hockey player. So he literally just randomly saw
He
Steve.
was just at the Recplex at St. Louis or tours. That's awesome. But to say that too, like, roller hockey has brought me so much in life. Like, I got to travel, play in France. I just went to Mexico with Team USA and Robbie.
I wouldn't say.
But an average goalie, high school ice hockey goalie, I get to play with guys like Adam Erne, Robbie Baillargeon, Brandon Hawkins, Tyler Spezia. Like, I get to play with AHL, NHL guys on like a summer basis, and it's one of the coolest things like I get to do every summer. And I talk about it all winter, and summer comes, and it's the best time. And I make a new friend every tournament. That's my goal. Meet a new person. So
Easy to do, and you got the Hummels in the parking lot.
yeah,
I like what?
because they ask questions.
I like that.
All right, I got one last question. I'll answer it as well myself, but question more for you two, Robbie and Adam, is basically that's do you guys feel that if you did not have roller hockey in your life, you would have made it to where you are in ice hockey? Or Adam, for sake, since you have been playing, you started roller later, did you feel a difference in your career in the NHL after you started playing roller hockey?
Not that like never happened.
I can start that for sure. I think for me, what roller did was develop my skill at a time that I needed it the most, which was my freshman year of high school. Brandi knows a lot about that. My high school team ended up playing Amity in the state semifinals down at Yale, and we beat them. But like, that was 2009. So in 2008, me and Brandi won state wars. Like, that's when like I was playing a lot of roller. Still played at my dad's rink. And I felt like my skill just from playing roller really helped me translate to ice. Had a good year at high school, which led to prep school, which led to, being able to go to juniors in college. So it kind of just all went in order. And 100% that's from roller. Like the hands part, right? You just kind of develop soft hands. For people that don't know, it's a different puck. There's 3 pucks out there that kind of circulate throughout all the tournaments. State Wars uses Stillmat, which is a heavier puck. It's more like ice hockey, which I prefer. And I think it's what we use in Havens. There's a rocket puck, and then there's IDS, which is kind of what we used growing up. It's not really used anymore. But it's a lighter puck. So you got to learn, soft hands if you want to be able to control it, make a play, make a move. And that's what happened. I was able to just, become a pretty good roller player, and it translated over to ice. And I tell everyone, and it's why I harp it so much now, that roller definitely got me to where I played.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a bit of a different spot just because I started so much later, but for me, it's a really good off-season tool. I've always wanted to and tried to work on in the off-season. How am I going to work on my ability to scan the ice when there's only 5, 6, 7 guys out there in a skills skate, or just being in a small group of condensed pro guys. Not everybody's going at once, so unless you're playing in a real scrimmage once a week or whatnot, I wanted to figure out a way to work on my ability to see the ice better and scan the ice and make plays with the puck and not just throw it away. And when I found roller, that was the perfect thing for me, because I don't have to worry about someone coming and hitting me. I don't have to worry about, there's not 5 guys on each team. It's much more spread out without the offsides, without the icing. So that really helped me work on, just seeing the ice better, seeing the play that's there, because there is no dump and chase. There is no just chip it in and go get it. It's much more possession based, and that's something that I wanted to work on. And I think that's definitely helped me develop that part of my game.
I'm gonna say one more thing to go off what Erne said. I think one word that I tell everyone is creativity. I think when you go to these roller tournaments at the highest level, you see some of the most creative plays, and I think that helps translate over to ice hockey. Just kind of getting yourself out of situations, or being able to make plays in tight areas and ice hockey. And I think that creativity you really learn in the game of roller, and I think it definitely translates.
I agree. I think it's even at a young age, it's not like I watch some of these younger games at tournaments, and it's not just one kid going through the whole team. Like in roller hockey, you have to create odd man rushes and possess the puck until you create these odd man rushes. So there's a lot of having to understand where everyone is on the ice on your team, and how can I 2-on-1 this defender, and how can we fake one way, go the other way, so that we create a 3-on-2. And roller hockey is just all about odd mans and possessing it until the other team makes a mistake. So on the flip side of that, playing defensively in roller hockey, you have to always keep your head on a swivel. It's not strictly man on man. You have to understand what plays are developing in front of you, and what the team on offense is trying to create, because they're not just going to dump it in, and you're not going to be able to just pinch them off and go recover the loose puck. Like, you have to figure out, how can I get this puck off these guys' stick? Because that's the only way you're going to be able to do it, unless they miss the net. So it's a lot of reading and reacting, which is really hard to develop in the summer when you're not around a full team. Agree.
All right, boom. I'm gonna edit that one in before the fun questions. But yeah, all right, we're good.
Did you want to chip in on that, Matt?
No, I mean, that's exactly it. You guys all covered great points. With me growing up, everybody's like, oh, you can stick hand on the phone booth. As the old saying is, it's because of roller hockey. Playing with the puck, playing with the ball. It was easier just to develop hands and develop time and patience with the puck, because less guys in the rink, and just always having it on your stick.
Like, wrote them down.
It just creates opportunities, and that's how you develop the game. It's like creating yourself opportunities. You're getting yourself out of predicaments in the ice, and without roller, I would never been able to exceed in ice.
All right, I appreciate you guys coming on, and could you let the people know where to find the Inline League?
Yeah, you can. We have our website. It's hihl.hockeyshift.com. All the information's on there. Or you can find us on Instagram at HIHL Hockey. Our Haven's Inline Hockey. And yeah, Adam, anything to add?
No, email, Instagram, DM.
How do they sign up?
On the website. So the link is in the Instagram bio. But definitely encourage everyone to check out the website. There's a lot of cool information on there for those that want information on the gameplay, how long are the periods, how many people are on a team, how long does the season run, pretty much everything on there. We've personally written up and put on there. So what gear should you be wearing? Is it different than ice hockey? What kind of skates? There's links to where you can get wheels, where you can get roller hockey equipment. The website is very detailed. So definitely would check that out, and that is where you would register as well.